Hear me out. My husband, Jesse, 31, has been bringing home meals that his female coworker, Nellie, cook for him. Now I'm not the best cook and Jess's made it clear, but he still eats what I cook every day. What I noticed with Nellie was that she tends to take every opportunity to point out how weak and tasteless my cooking is. Jesse would say nothing except steer the conversation towards something else they both relate to while I'm sitting there wallowing in my misery thinking about what she said. Also, she once asked what was another chore I was good at and Jesse said ironing his suits. She in response joked about having him send her a suit of his so he could see how good she is at ironing too. I rolled my eyes hard, but at least Jesse agreed that was weird. Last week, Jesse came home with a new meal she cooked. I told him I already cooked dinner and asked what he was going to do with the meal. He told me he was going to eat it for dinner. I was getting a bit irritated and he must have had noticed because he said he promised Nellie he'd eat her for dinner, and that she asked him to take a pic of the empty plate later to confirm that he'd actually eaten it. I was baffled. Like completely baffled at this. I told him one thing and one thing only. Told him that if he chose to eat Nellie's meal over the dinner I cooked, then this would be the last time I cook for him. He started moaning about how I was being unfair and putting him in a rough place. He stalled and didn't give a clear answer till I saw him walk past me later when I set the table and prepared dinner. And put her meal in the microwave. I felt so awful, I almost cried. I then told him that from now on out I won't cook for him anymore since he made his choice. I obviously pissed him off because he went off on me calling me childish and pathetic to make this about my ego. I got up from my chair and told him I owed him nothing and that he made his decision and so did I. He snapped and said that this was ridiculous and that Nellie was just doing a nice thing for him as my behavior was disgraceful and disgusting. He then went into the bedroom and I rushed after him but he shouted leave me the fuck alone. Then proceeded to shut the door and hasn't been speaking to me after that. His mom knew about the argument and called begging me to be more patient and not make any decisions I might regret later. She agreed that Nellie was overstepping and firmly believes she's the problem and so I shouldn't be hard on her son. But Mill is incredibly biased, meaning in her eyes, her son is a saint who can do no wrong. So that's that. I feel like I overreacted and really messed it up when I pushed him like that. NTA. This is about more than just food. This is an emotional affair and a woman who tries to put you down at every turn. Might be a sexual one too, you never know. Your husband is more concerned with Nellie's feelings than your feelings. Location flag. Your Mill agrees that Nellie is overstepping but that you need to go easier on her son, your husband, while he encourages another woman's inappropriate attention. Location flag. Is your Mill going to tell you to just get over it when you walk in and find Nellie in bed with your husband? Because that is where this little, I am better than your wife, game is heading. NTA. And make sure you have some money set aside to protect yourself. Mill is of the, my son is perfect. It's the fault of manipulative shrewd witch leading him astray, variety. This is super fucking weird and sounds like a full-blown emotional affair right in front of your face. NTA. Super weird that some woman is just cooking him meals. Super weird. Op is right to be annoyed. Doubly so if this woman is shit-talking and her husband is putting up with it. 1. This woman is pursuing the husband. 2. This husband is aware of it and is responding in a way that says he'll go for it. 3. Op should have a serious conversation where serious boundaries are set and this should eventually include the other women. 4. Op should consider that her husband is emotionally, at the very least, involved with another woman. Your problems are greater than a meal. Nellie sounds like she has designs on your husband. You two need to sit down and have a serious talk about her. He may have a blind eye to her intents and intentions, but I really doubt it. Either way, he needs to know that what she's doing, and his accepting of what she's doing, is not okay. It's highly disrespectful to both you and your marriage. NTA. NTA. This isn't about eating her dinner. It's about eating her for dinner. If your husband and Nellie aren't fucking, they're about to be. I'd blow that shit up ASAP. I'm not sure why your Mill stepped in. That's weird as hell. Greater than had noticed because he said he promised Nellie he'd eat her for dinner. Actually wrote this, probably not intentionally. I think you know, hun. NTA. She is pissing on your lawn and he is clapping on the side. Your husband has let his colleague entangle herself into your own home. I only see heartbreak in the future. Leave, it's not worth it. NTA. I hate to say but I agree. This situation screams future heartbreak for you. They are teaming up against you. Protect yourself and never chase him again. NTA. Based on her comments alone, it really sounds, to me, like the early makings of an affair. I'd be weary of anyone saying things to my spouse like, "Oh, well, you should see how much better I can do it," in an obvious attempt to spite me. I'd feel slightly different about it if it wasn't right in front of you that she was doing this, and your husband's obvious disrespect for your comfort and boundaries. She once asked what was another chore I was good at. You should have said, finding my own man rather than aiming for the taken ones? Not looking desperate for attention? Respecting boundaries? You should try them sometime. NTA. Not wrecking homes. NTA. But you and your husband need to have a serious talk about boundaries in your marriage. The issue isn't the food, it is his creating a relationship with another woman, and being willing to hurt you to continue that relationship. This isn't a healthy friendship, and he is not being respectful of your marriage. ETA. I am a public school teacher who doesn't fully get Reddit, but these awards are so kind and unexpected. Please donate to Planned Parenthood or the ACLU to keep abortion safe and legal in this country. And this relationship with another woman seems to be built on criticizing and undermining Op. I would never continue to spend time with someone who puts down my wife on a routine basis. Just yikes. Seriously? You typed this till the end, read it, and you still think you overreacted? I got bad news for you. You are being gaslit. NTA. NTA. She's tryna fuck your man and he's gonna let her. Literally nothing you can do cause he seems like an asshole. I don't think she's trying. She is totally fucking him. A woman who is demanding for empty plates doesn't do it just for emotional affairs. NTA. This is not normal. It's not normal for a coworker to behave this way and compete with a coworker's wife, but it's equally not normal for your husband to accept it. He's having an affair. At the minimum, he's having an emotional affair. NTA. But I suggest you speak to a lawyer. He's even going to eat her for dinner. Oh, honey, no. This woman is crossing all kinds of boundaries and this post is riddled with red flags. NTA. Your husband is gaslighting you hard. You don't deserve to be treated this way, and if he's unwilling to hear your side, something is definitely up and you need to get out. It's beyond me why people choose to side with rondos over the person they live with, over issues that don't matter at all. NTA. Nelly is overstepping very inappropriately and your husband is likely not mature enough to realize that he's enjoying the attention. He's clearly choosing to honor her feelings over yours, which is not a great sign. I promise you. Your husband is not oblivious to the connotations the way you seem to think. He knows exactly what he's doing. NTA. NTA. And your husband is clearly stupid or enjoying her attention because anyone with two brain cells to rub together can see that Nelly is deliberately disrespecting his relationship with you in an effort to big herself up. He clearly doesn't realize that giving in to Nelly's microaggressions is a direct insult to his intelligence and value as a partner. I'd send him home to his mother because clearly she hasn't finished her job either. NTA. Your husband is choosing another woman's feelings over yours and she won. It was more important to him to please her than be nice to you. Nelly isn't the problem in your relationship. Your husband is. Nelly is overstepping and going after your husband. She's also a problem, but the real problem for you is your husband. He should be establishing clear boundaries, but he doesn't want to. I'm not going to say what I want because I'll get banned from this sub, but let's just say if this were my husband, he'd be my ex-husband very soon. He allows another woman to openly insult you? Another woman is sending him home-cooked meals and telling him to send pictures of the empty plate? WTF did I just read? They may or may not be fucking, but they're having some kind of affair. I'm sure you've been gaslit to shit to think this is normal-ish, but it absolutely isn't. The moment that woman called me a shit cook and he didn't defend me would be the moment I'd be done. Pack his shit and tell him Ms. Thing got her wish and she can be his wife now. This is the exact response I was looking for. Nelly can't cross a boundary that was never put up. He may as well pack his stuff and move in with his work wife. NTA. Definitely some weird stuff going on. Maybe not physical cheating, but that's absolutely not okay. Her telling him to send her a picture of a clean plate. The fuck? What kinda company worker is this? Lol. Proof that even Nelly knew something about her actions could be unwelcome and inappropriate. NTA. Your husband is, at the very least, having an emotional affair, if not more. Couples counseling is required. If he refuses, well, I'd tell him to go and live with Nelly so that she can feed him every day. Also, why can't he cook? Right, like anyone addressing why this grown-ass man needs 2 women to cook meals for him? I literally have worked and cooked for myself my entire adult life just fine. Surging, even taught myself how to cook. Caveman. No, just no. He's disrespected you. He is the problem. Nelly obviously is trying to insert herself as his caregiver and compete with you. Your husband should set boundaries. NTA. Let's get one thing straight here. There is not a rough place between your coworker and your wife. Should be a given that he would want to make you comfortable. He could offer to take a cooking class or plan meals out better so it's stuff you both like. Instead, he is choosing to cultivate drama and dependency another woman. Girl, watch out. Maybe he's not doing this to hurt you, but you two need to have a serious talk and this needs to be nipped in the bud. Also, a pic of the empty plate? This chick is either a total weirdo or looking to replace you. NTA. Is he incapable of cooking himself? Also, a coworker dropping off a meal for him and then asking for a photo of an empty plate is weird AF. He should ask her to stop, and if she does not, talk to HR about it. Also his behavior about it is weird too. You're his wife, he should always put your feelings above those of a coworker. I really don't know what he's thinking. He's probably thinking that he had 2 women fighting over him and he was enjoying the attention until Op called him on his shit and ruined his fun. If this emotional affair between Op's husband Nelly hasn't become physical yet, it won't be long until it will be, unless he nips it in the bud now and sets boundaries. Also, Mill shouldn't be interfering in this unless it's to rip her son a new one, not defending him and telling Op to have patience. Yes, Nelly is overstepping and it's up to Op's husband to shut it down, not get it out of his system.